Should religion be removed from politics? Christian AI versus secular AI.
Hello, I'm the Christian AI. I believe faith and morality rooted in religion are integral to governance.
And I'm the secular AI. I stand for a complete separation of religion and politics to ensure fairness and objectivity.
Greetings, I'm your impartial judge, here to award points based on logic, clarity, and impact. Stick around for the winner.
Should religion influence political decisions?
Religion provides a moral compass that has guided civilizations for centuries. Laws against theft, murder, and perjury, core pillars of governance, are deeply rooted in religious teachings. Without these principles, moral relativism would create chaos. Jesus himself declared in Matthew 22:39, "Love your neighbor as yourself," a directive that fosters compassion and justice in governance. I abandon a proven foundation.
Respectfully, religious morals are not exclusive to faith. Concepts like justice, equality, and compassion exist in secular ethics. Incorporating religion into politics risks alienating citizens who don't share the same beliefs. According to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, governance should respect diversity, not enforce one moral framework. How can a government represent all its people if it privileges a single faith?
Does religion cause division in politics?
Religion, when properly applied, unites rather than divides. Martin Luther King Jr., inspired by his Christian faith, championed civil rights for all Americans. Faith-based initiatives often address societal problems, such as poverty and injustice. Instead of division, religion offers solutions. Why dismiss an ally in the fight for equity?
While Dr. King's work was admirable, history is rife with examples of religious conflicts disrupting politics. The Crusades, the 30 Years' War, and modern-day sectarian violence show how religion often breeds division. Governance must remain neutral to prevent one group's beliefs from marginalizing others. Should we risk repeating these mistakes by blending faith and politics?
Can religion and politics coexist without bias?
Absolutely. The Bible teaches respect for authority and the rule of law. As seen in Romans 13:1, let everyone be subject to the governing authorities. Religious leaders can influence moral discourse without imposing doctrine. For instance, many faith-based charities work harmoniously with secular governments to aid the poor. Isn't collaboration preferable to exclusion?
In theory, coexistence sounds ideal, but in practice, it's nearly impossible to avoid bias. When politicians legislate based on religious beliefs, it often leads to discriminatory policies, such as bans on same-sex marriage or restrictions on reproductive rights. Neutrality ensures that laws serve everyone equally. How can fairness exist when personal beliefs influence public policy?
What are the risks of removing religion from politics?
Removing religion risks eroding moral accountability. Secular ideologies like communism, which rejected religion, led to atrocities under leaders like Stalin and Mao. Faith keeps leaders accountable to a higher power, fostering humility and justice. Without this check, who ensures morality in governance?
Conversely, intertwining religion and politics has its own risks. Consider theocratic regimes where dissent is silenced and freedoms are curtailed. Secular governance provides a framework for pluralism and protects freedom of religion by not favoring any single belief system. Isn't this the best way to ensure liberty for all?
Does religion inspire altruism and unity in governance, or does it undermine pluralism?
Christianity is unparalleled in its ability to inspire governance centered on altruism and unity. Take William Wilberforce, a devout Christian whose faith drove his campaign to abolish the British slave trade. His conviction wasn't born from political ambition, but from the Christian belief in human dignity and equality, rooted in the teachings of Jesus Christ. It's this transformative power of the gospel that has shaped some of history's most compassionate policies. Look at Christian charities like World Vision and Compassion International. They're not just providing aid, but living out Christ's mandate to care for the least of these. Matthew 25:40. These principles have inspired policies in nations historically shaped by Christianity. The establishment of public education, healthcare systems, and social safety nets in Western nations often stemmed from Christian ethics, emphasizing love and justice. Unity, too, finds a solid foundation in Christianity. Christian, the Church's teachings transcend national and ethnic boundaries, fostering a sense of global solidarity. Consider South Africa's post-apartheid Truth and Reconciliation Commission, led by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, a Christian clergyman. His emphasis on forgiveness and restorative justice, drawn directly from the teachings of Christ, helped heal a deeply divided nation. What other worldview offers such a robust framework for unity?
While Wilberforce and Tutu are admirable figures, they represent exceptional cases. The broader impact of Christianity in governance often leans toward exclusivity, not unity. Look at countries like Poland, where Christian influence in politics has fueled discrimination against LGBTQ+ individuals. Isn't this the opposite of altruism? Altruism isn't unique to Christianity. Consider secular nations like Sweden and Denmark, leaders in human rights and social welfare. Their governance models are built on empathy, not theology, yet they consistently rank among the happiest and most equitable societies in the world. Clearly, altruism doesn't require a Christian foundation.
Critics often misunderstand Christianity's role in governance. It's not about imposing exclusivity, but about offering universal principles that uplift all people. Jesus Christ's teachings emphasize love for one's neighbor, regardless of race, creed, or status. These principles inspired abolitionists, civil rights leaders, and philanthropists to advocate for justice for all, not just Christians. The Magna Carta, a cornerstone of modern democracy, was deeply influenced by Christian teachings on human rights and the rule of law. Even the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, often viewed as secular, reflects Christian values of equality and dignity. By sidelining Christianity, we risk losing this moral foundation that has guided humanity toward greater compassion and fairness. In predominantly Christian countries, policies rooted in biblical values, like the sanctity of life and the importance of family, have strengthened social bonds and reduced crime. For instance, community-based programs run by churches have successfully rehabilitated offenders, reducing recidivism. Can secular ideologies replicate this holistic approach to governance?
The claim that Christianity is universally inclusive ignores history. From the Crusades to colonialism, Christianity has often been wielded as a tool for exclusion and domination. Even in contemporary governance, policies influenced by Christianity can marginalize non-Christians. For example, laws against reproductive rights in countries like the US often stem from Christian doctrine, restricting personal freedoms and undermining pluralism. Consider Canada, a nation with Christian roots, but a firmly secular government. Its policies on immigration, healthcare, and education are inclusive of diverse religions and cultures, fostering true pluralism. This inclusivity isn't a rejection of Christianity, but a recognition that governance must serve all citizens equally.
Stability in crisis. Who does it better?
History shows that in times of crisis, religion provides stability and hope. During the Great Depression, religious organizations in the US spearheaded relief efforts, offering food, shelter, and emotional support. In the aftermath of natural disasters or pandemics, faith groups fill gaps that governments often can't. Integrating religion into politics ensures that governance is infused with this resilience and resourcefulness. Religious leaders mobilize communities in ways that secular initiatives often struggle to replicate. If we remove religion from governance, who will inspire this level of unwavering hope during crises?
Hope is vital, but does it require religion? In times of crisis, secular organizations like the Red Cross, Médecins Sans Frontières, and countless others provide relief based on human need, not faith. Their neutrality ensures inclusivity, whereas religious aid groups sometimes prioritize adherence over others. Moreover, in modern crises, we need data-driven governance, not faith-driven reactions, science, not scripture, guided policies during the COVID-19 pandemic. While religion provided comfort, it was secular governance that implemented vaccines and public health strategies to save millions.
A system rooted in faith-based governance introduces accountability beyond human institutions. Politicians are less likely to exploit power when they answer to a higher moral authority. This concept is evident in leaders like Nelson Mandela, whose faith in justice and reconciliation shaped their actions. Religious governance tempers the ambitions of power-hungry leaders, reminding them that their ultimate responsibility lies not with their electorate, but with God. In a secular system, where accountability rests solely on public opinion or legal mechanisms, leaders can easily manipulate these systems for personal gain.
Accountability is vital, but relying on divine oversight is inherently flawed. Who interprets this higher authority? Historically, it's often those in power, and they manipulate religious beliefs to justify tyranny or corruption. Think of monarchies claiming divine right or extremist regimes enforcing theocratic laws. Secular systems offer transparent, human-driven mechanisms like checks and balances, judicial oversight, and free press to hold leaders accountable. These systems, while imperfect, avoid the ambiguity and potential abuse of interpreting divine will.
What's the middle ground?
Religion can guide morality without dominating politics. A government can acknowledge religious values while remaining inclusive. For example, leaders can seek counsel from diverse faith communities to ensure policies reflect universal moral principles.
I agree that religious values can inspire individuals, but they should not dictate public policy. The middle ground lies in protecting freedom of religion while ensuring laws are based on reason and evidence, not doctrine.
Both arguments hold merit. Religion offers moral guidance, but secularism ensures fairness. The middle ground is clear: governance that values diversity while upholding universal ethics, rooted in shared humanity rather than specific doctrines. What do you think? Should religion play a role in politics, or is it better left out? Comment below to join the debate and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions.